Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space and another STAMPtember collaboration video. For those that aren't aware or are new or need a refresher, STAMPtember is just a month-long celebration with Simon Says Stamp with a whole bunch of brands that collaborate to make limited edition exclusive stamp sets that are only available at Simon Says Stamp while the supplies last. They're one and done. When they're sold out or no longer available, they won't be restocked. However, like I've been doing with each of my STAMPtember collab videos, I will also have a link to the brand below the collaboration links so that you guys can check out all the other things they have to offer, because every single brand has just tons of fabulous products to choose from. And today's collab is with Dare to Be Artsy, which I'm somewhat familiar with, but I don't think I've ever created with their products before. Again, I'll have a link though to their brand for you guys to check out. This set was really cute, and I made a couple of fun little birthday cards with it and did some more Spectrum Noir TriBlend coloring. Added some glitter, did some 3D embossing, used some more pattern paper. So, if you keep watching, I will show you guys how I made these cards. So this is the Dare to Be Artsy Slice of Cake limited edition stamp set, and I took some of Simon Says Stamp's smooth white cardstock and I put it in my MISTI, and I'm inking up there's the cake image and then there's this cute little banner image. So I'm inking those up with Simon's Intense black ink, a good alcohol marker friendly ink, stamping these images, and then I'm gonna flip the cardstock around and stamp them again, because yeah, why not make two cards? Like I keep saying, like I don't already have enough on my plate. But these, I don't know. This set was, I just thought it was really cute, and I really liked this little cake image, and I thought the banner was adorable. So I was like, I can always use more birthday cards. So my coloring is, again, the Spectrum Noir TriBlend markers. Any alcohol markers will work. You could watercolor instead, stamp it on watercolor paper, you know, whatever your coloring medium of choice is. I just have been enjoying the Spectrum Noir TriBlends, especially this month, mostly, well, really only because of the reason of convenience. You know, the light, medium, and dark in one marker just makes my life a little easier and a little less brain work for me. Which I will take. I will take whatever, you know, whatever little things I can get. So all of my coloring was inspired by the pattern paper I used on these. And disclaimer, the pattern paper I used is no longer available. It was discontinued. I'm not even sure how long it was on the market. I've been hoarding it. Like, I hoard all my pattern paper. However, I will have links to some other options, some similar options, and just other pattern paper options, because really there's so much to choose from out there. But that's what inspired my colors for this, for these little images. So I started with the little chocolate and then started kind of working my way through the different little elements. So, you know, adding pink for the flower, and then I was like, ooh, it'll be part of this little icing, and coloring in the banner, and then decided that the cake was going to be like a lemon chiffon type cake in my, that's just what I wanted to do. So yeah, I just kept working kind of back and forth. I put little stripes on the candle because there's something about those, you know, striped birthday candles, like just classic. Can't go wrong with that. And then aqua colored icing. You know, got to bring that color in there somehow. So worked my way, basically doing what I always do, you know, darkest to lightest. For some of the elements, like the greens, I only used the darkest and medium shade. I didn't even bother going to the lightest, just to keep it a little bit darker. And then I did that same thing with actually the actual cake there. I used the medium and the lightest for the cake. And then for the icing parts and the little flame of the candle and the banner, I used all three shades of that. It was gold yellow. I always put the caps on screen so you guys can see which marker I'm using. And then I get into the blues, which are very intense. The true blue and I have the True Blue Extend because I have both sets of these Spectrum Noirs. FYI, people have been asking me like what I recommend. One, I don't recommend specific colors to start with or anything like that, because that is a very personal decision and that sort of stuff. However, with these markers and people asking like what set I would recommend, I would just recommend the original set. I link to both of them. I have the original set and then the Extend set. And yeah, for most people, I think the original set is more than enough. I am a person who likes to have all the colors and all the things and all the options. So yeah, but yes, the original set you get, I forget how many markers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 24 markers. Is that how many you get? Something like that. And then 3 shades within each. So it gives you a good starting point. So anywho, after I was done coloring, I used my Nuvo AQUA Shimmer pen and added that to all the different elements, the banner, the candle, the parts of the icing, the flower, because why not? You know, and it always looks like nothing on camera, but at the very end, I will show with my flashlight just how sparkly and fabulous it is. And I am very aware that the Nuvo AQUA Shimmer pen, it's been out of stock for quite some time. Sometimes certain things just take a while to get back in. I will probably post an update on my social media when these do come back in stock. Because there's just one of my favorite little tools to use. I don't have control over that kind of stuff. I wish I did in a perfect world, you know, but I don't. So anywho, after I added the AQUA Shimmer, I used my white gel pen to add little dots and highlights and randomness to just liven up everything. And then I grabbed a piece of black cardstock and I used my anti-static powder tool on there. And then I'm stamping one of the sentiments from the set with clear embossing ink. And I'm going to stamp this twice because I'm making 2 cards. And then I'm going to coat these with Simon's Detail White embossing powder, tap off the excess, and then melt that with my heat tool till everything is smooth and shiny and melted. And then off camera, I wipe off the excess anti-static powder and then I die cut these with Simon's Sentiment Label wafer dies. And then at the same time, I die cut some white cardstock with one of the Pretty Pink Posh WONKY stitched rectangles wafer dies. And then I laid out one of my flower sackcloths and I'm just lightly misting the back of each of these die cut pieces. This just helps soften the paper fibers so that these will emboss better without like tearing and anything like that. And I'm going to use Simon's, which one is this? I always forget the name of this one. DIBBLE Dot. DIBBLE Dot 3D embossing folder. And for me and my machine, I have a Spellbinders Platinum 6. I use the machine with the original platform and 2 metal shims. That is the perfect sandwich for me and Simon's 3D embossing folders. But they do list with the embossing folders different sandwich recommendations for different machines. And I ran those die cuts through the machine with that embossing folder. And it's going to give that fun dotted texture, which I just thought was kind of cute for birthday cards. So once I got it in place on there, I run it through the die cut machine. It impresses all of that pattern, and then I'll show this a little close up so you guys can see it. So it's like this fun little wonky rectangle with the stitched piercing type detail, and then 3D embossed with that, which is just super fun. So after I did that, I am going to stamp a couple more sentiments from that same stamp set. And I'm going to stamp these onto the insides of my cards. And my card bases are going to be top folding A2 white note cards. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I lined up the sentiment and then stamped that with some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And then after I stamp that, I'm going to add little strips of the pattern paper because I'd already trimmed it down for the card fronts. So what was left over, I trimmed down to add to the inside of these cards. And this pattern paper, like I said, it's discontinued. It was the Honeybee Funfetti Birthday. Is that what it was called? Yeah, the Honeybee Stamps Funfetti Birthday, which I just thought was super cute. And yeah, it's discontinued, but I'll have links to a few other options with the rest of the supplies. So, because I really like this, not quite rainbow, kind of rainbow stripe, you know? So I had trimmed those down and I trimmed some black cardstock to slightly larger, and I'm adhering those together with craft tacky glue. once I've got those adhered into place, I decided to pull out some baker's twine, some of my absolute fave, Doodlebug, Beetle Black, Doodle Twine, because they don't call it baker's twine, they call it Doodle Twine. And it's my favorite, as you can tell, because the roll is almost completely used up. I'm hopefully sure I have a backup of this, because this is one I use a lot. So wrap that around the little wonky rectangle. Use my reverse tweezers to hold things in place so I could fiddle and adjust my little bow. And then once I was happy with that, I was going to trim the tails of this bow, but I love with specifically the Doodlebug twine because it's on those little rolls, you know, and it's wrapped up on there. The twine is kind of curly, and that's usually the reason why I leave the tails longer, because it's like they're just wavy and cute, and I love it. So I left them. And then I put Simon's Big Mama foam tape on the back of these, and then I'm going to pop these into place onto the card fronts. And then once those are in place, the little banners I'm going to adhere with craft tacky glue. And then the actual little cake slice images I'm going to pop into place with just some thin foam squares, so that one, they're popped up a little bit, but it also makes it easier to adhere over something like the baker's twine. So I just put the foam squares on the top and the bottom and left where the actual twine was, and then popped little cake slices into place. And then the little sentiments I'm going to adhere with craft tacky glue as well. And then I of course had the matching honeybee rhinestone or gem stickers that went with this pattern paper, but those of course have been discontinued as well. But I will link to an alternative as well, because Simon's Rainbow Splash gem stickers are very similar. So I adhered the card fronts to the card bases with craft tacky glue. And then once those are adhered, that's when I'll start adding my little gem stickers, which are peel and stick. So for things like that, I just like using my little die pick, which you can see there on the right of the screen. And I just use the little pokey end to kind of get right under there and then put it into place. And I just kind of stuck these all over. Stuck a couple to the banners, stuck them around the little cake slice, like just fun little embellishments. So once I get all of these into place, these cards will be complete. And then, like I said, I will turn the flashlight on my phone to show the actual like sparkle and whatnot, because that's always the funnest part. It's like if you go to the effort to like add the sparkle, you have to be able to see it. And in real life you can. It's just filming. You can't. It looks like nothing. It's so weird. But anyway, get that last little gem in place, and these cards are complete. So we've got some texture and some fun colors and baker's twine and sparkle. Love. So much fun. So like I mentioned in the intro, I will have links below the video to my blog post. I'll have links to all the supplies I used. I'll link to the Dare to be Artsy brand at Simon Says Stamp. I will link to the alternatives for the pattern paper and the gems, all the things. So that will be linked directly below for anyone that is interested. And as always, thank you all so very much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting. It really helps a lot because it just tells the robot overlords you guys like what you see, you know. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye.